My Rise into Purpose Summit machine is telling me that there's a speaker who comes up now who has my name. Oh, yeah, it's me. Woo, yeah. All right, you know what? Watch this. I'm going to do a dramatic reveal. Let's see who's left. Hey, Carrie, you've never seen this before. Oh, Birdie. Oh, my gosh, Birdie. Boy, we got South Africa covered like crazy today. Jean M. I don't even know where Jean M is. Jean, where are you? Type in the chat. Oh, my gosh. Janet, I'm taking my jacket off, okay? This is serious. I'm taking my jacket off and I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh, wait. Do I have a Rich Brand shirt on? I do, because this is what I wear when we work. People who have seen this before, they know what this shirt means. It means we're getting down to business. We're getting down to serious business. And so I'm going to talk to you about serious business and you. I'm going to talk to you about what you get to do if you choose. If you know there's more for you, if you know this is your time, if you know that you can make higher level impacts, you want to take it to another dimension, you want to reach more people, you want to have new target audiences or additional target audiences. Maybe you want to expand your media. We heard Dan Nera this morning. What an opportunity to put your voice in different languages across the world and share the story and your trainings, your teachings, your story, your perspective with people to help them live more fulfilling lives. This is a rapidly changing world. What needs to not be changing is how you say what you do every time. It's how you say what you stand for. And that's part of the problem. They're not consistent across the board. And that's one of the four things that brands, your perception that you create in the mind of your most important target audiences, that's your brand. I'm going to say that one more time. And if you haven't written this down, or this is new to you, I don't know about Janet and Jean and people, Pete. I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but I'm going to say it really clearly and really slowly. I guess I was using my South African pace there for a second. I'm going to slow it down. Your brand is not what you think, and it's not what you say. So when it's time to take it to the next level, you don't just write up a thing and say, well, today my brand is. It's not what you say. It's not what you think. It's the perception that you create. And I'm going to use an additional word. It better be consistent. It's the consistent perception that you create in the mind of that individual or those types of individuals, types of businesses, types of industries that you clearly see impacting when you are thriving at what you know you can make impacts by doing. Maybe you're already doing it. You just want to do more. Maybe there's another level. But to make those impacts at the highest level, maybe there's an umbrella brand that is above what you're famous for. And there's more. Maybe you get to speak on, look, we heard John Sparks on Wednesday. John has helped produce, put people together to create 992 new theater musicals. But his umbrella brand is at the level of freeing your creativity and the importance of not squashing our creativity or squashing our children's creativity, or squashing our school children's creativity, or like squashing people in the workplace creativity. Let your creativity flow and release it, because that's where the most fulfilling life comes from. That's not musical theater. But yet his voice and his stories are absolutely relevant. There's an umbrella brand. And if you're not asking yourself, what's the umbrella? Let's start. Here at Rich Brands today, we are evolving individuals' brands with deep clarity, because clarity is the missing piece. And I would love to play that video again. I am so tempted, but I'm just going to repeat the message. It is the missing piece that prevents a brand that has the heart, that is ready, that knows and clearly sees the impacts it knows it can make from making its impacts, because the people, the individuals that they target don't let them in. And so who loses? Individual loses. You lose. Your brand loses. The world loses. We could have made that individual's life better had you been able to make your impact. So I don't know what's holding you back. Maybe nothing. Maybe just finding somebody that can understand what you do. I'm going to deal with that question for a second. A lot of people have said to me, I don't go to these branding things when I hear these people, and I always wonder, like, who can really understand the subtleties of what we do here? Who would even care? Nobody's going to care as much as we do about what we do and even maybe understand it. As self-serving as this is, I am going to paint a picture in, hopefully in 15 seconds. I love language. I love the ad agency business because every call is a different industry, which has a different language, which has a different jargon. And part of the ability to pitch and say, this is what we see for you, is to speak their language. I love that. Everything from semiconductors to paint, from doctor groups using psychology techniques to telephone systems, in the early days of VoIP. Okay, it's like, I could go on and on. It doesn't matter what industry it is. I'm the guy that got thrown into factories when I worked for a Fortune 50 company. Just got fascinated with engineers and what they do and where stuff comes from and how it's made. And oh my God, I have insatiable curiosity. For the last 10 years, I've had insatiable curiosity about individuals and what makes their heart tick and what they see, what the impacts they see making and what's stopping them. And they struggle with how they say what they do and getting credit with what makes them outstanding. Look, that's easy. Not for them, perhaps. But I've been doing this 49 years. Not an issue. Who can understand and who can care? I got it. Sometimes I have to prevent myself from caring more than the client does. You coaches, Troy's probably going, uh-oh, he needs help. Yeah, no, hey, I get it. So there's a next step. And if you're ready to take it, this is what it looks like. I have put together a package called the Quick Start Branding Clarity Package. Everybody says, I just need more clarity about that. The clarity is missing in brands. They don't come alive. There are 4 things a brand needs, and if it is not clear what it sees for its target audience, they bounce off. But when clarity is baked into how a brand is defined and languaged and how it says what it does and how it says what its unique categories of expertise are, it attracts. It's that simple. Do the work, do the steps, don't leave any out, and it works. And you're ready for your desired brand, your umbrella brand perhaps, to open its mouth and get you to the next level faster, to accelerate your impacts, to get you to the money faster, and to give you a platform that you can more easily step into your purpose. Here's the package. People who hear about the RichBrands community and the work we do here often start by coming to one of our 60-minute master classes. One of them is called Brand First or Die. And it explains And we do one-on-one with everybody about the idea of, if you're going to take it to a higher level, it's best if you evolve that perception that is your brand. You're not the person you used to be. You're not what you're known for, but you get to evolve the perception so when it's time, they let you in. The second 60-minute masterclass we do is and I want that for you. I want you to enjoy that, and I want you to have that aha moment and that wake-up call. It's a blessing, and I want you there. The next 60-minute masterclass that people come to it's called an hour of brand power. We talk about the 4 things a brand must have so it doesn't fall flat. You see, if you don't have those 4, you fall flat. And if you're taking copious notes, you can write them down, but they might not mean anything unless you get behind them. But everything you have to do has to be congruent with the heart of the champion, which is probably you. You have to be consistent across the board, and that's a discussion where you have to understand what across the board means. But consistency builds trust. Inconsistency breaks it. And one of the biggest problems that keeps brands from coming alive and attracting is inconsistency. It's a no-no. We don't allow it. We bake consistency in. The third is unique language that transfers energy. It's not just unique language, it's unique language that transfers energy. You know, we were talking before when Susan was on here, and when Elle was on here, we're talking about energy and how it flows, and how Danielle Benzon about how the energy gets sucked out of the room when the voice tone is, annoying. It's about energy. And when our brands have unique language that transfer energy, particularly if they share an intangible brand promise, there's a difference between saying we're really good at yoga and saying we're experts at body intelligent yoga. Words have power, and your words will have power always, and they'll have power consistently. You want that. The fourth thing is positive, ongoing recognizability. In many ways, it could be audio, it could be your voice, it could be the way it looks, the way you show up, everything that's recognizable, that people understand that it's you, that it's your brand, and they understand that you are the source. Those get baked in to brands that really come alive. And when you see one and you go, wow, they got lucky, that brand really works, they didn't get lucky. It's not luck. It's a process. I want you to sit there. You can type it in the chat and tell me that you're listening. It's just a process. Thank goodness. It's just steps. But if you leave them out, it doesn't work well. So 2 60-minute master classes, and then we invite people to the half day, Branding You with Impact. Now, you heard me make reference to at Branding You with Impact, which is a 4-hour program that we offer regularly. And we charge for it. It has 2 mini classes. One is on naming things. Naming gives things power. Whether it's, your weekend retreat or a Facebook group or the book you're about to come out with or your podcast or your brand or your umbrella brand. It's like naming has a lot of power, and there are do's and don'ts. And if you don't know them, you're going to waste, chances are, thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars and years redoing, getting it right. It's like, why? Don't do that. So that's one training in the half day, Branding You with Impact. And the other is messaging hierarchy. We talked today, thank you. We talked today about, the number one message overcomes the number one barrier. That alone will make you attract faster if you approach it correctly and effectively and really discern what that barrier is. That is the first one that pops up, that if you don't overcome it, they bounce off. discerning that is marvelous, and then writing that message is huge. So message hierarchy in those days. So half-day event, branding you with impact. And if you wanted to just go there and pay for it, it's brandingyouwithimpact.com. But I have one of my gifts to everyone here is a prepaid registration to brandingyouwithimpact.com. So take the gift, and I will see you when we next do it on December 13th, Saturday, 4 hours. I'll see you there. The next level, when people come to that half day and they go, wow, this makes a ton of sense. This really resonates with me, and I really resonate with it. I want to do this work. What's the next step? The next step is a one-day workshop intensive. But I can't say I don't. I want every individual, and I'm talking to you if you're paying attention, I want every individual to come to that one-day workshop intensive perfectly prepared. And you can remove perfectly if it sends you the wrong way. Really prepared, feeling solidly prepared. How's that? And the way to do that? I gift you $1,500 of my time, one-on-one. We get together. We work on step 1, on step 2 of the 7 steps. Step 2, you come in with one of your target audiences completely done. Describe levels of impacts and careabouts because we've gone through it together, and you have watched it happen. You've watched the recording secretary get it down, and you've said, yeah, that's it. And you turn it black. In other words, you accept it. It's not coming from somebody else. It's coming from you and your heart. And you come into that one day after getting $1,500 of my time. I insist on it. The moment you sign up for this package, I put you on my calendar and we get started. And you will watch and feel your brand coming alive on paper as we work. And you will have that thought that so many of the people that you heard speak and so many of the people that have experienced the Rich Brands community have had, this is real. Holy, you know what? I never expected this. Wow, I never really thought of branding this, but you know what? It makes a tremendous amount of sense. I'm so glad we're doing this, and I'm so glad that I have somebody help me do it. Like, the point is, I'm still at the point where I'm doing it for you, with you. A year from now, maybe even 6 months from now or less, I might not be at that point anymore where I can do that. There might be too many where I can literally be in the room with you one-on-one. But right now, I'm literally offering that one-on-one time to prepare you for the one-day workshop intensive. So what do we have? We got 2 60-minute free master classes. We have a half day branding you with impact, and you go, you know what, it makes a ton of sense. Let's do the workshop. We get together. If you buy the package today, we'll get together right away and we'll get you started, and you'll feel it. It's a beautiful feeling. And the one days, I literally give you 2 options in December. I literally pick 2 different days. One is a Thursday, one is a Saturday, depending, because it's the holidays, time. But anyway, it's that. And then another one in January. Because wait a minute. You got the $97 half day. You got $1,197 one day, $1,500 of my time. And then everyone who, I'm not kidding, everyone who goes through the one-day workshop intensive, we go through all 7 steps. Now, they might not be ready to do all 7 steps, but other people who are going through the process are, and so they get to help with their steps, and they understand what the steps are, and then you're sitting there thinking, I totally get this. I can see it. I understand it. Oh my gosh, it's so great to watch somebody else go through it. I want to go through it, and you want to keep going. Everybody says that. I don't know if I can afford Brand Accelerator Mastery, which is a big number, and it takes time to get through it all and make sure all the work is done. But they want to keep going. As part of this package, part of the brand, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I know why I'm doing this, because I want this for you. If you're here, I think you're supposed to be here. So I'm gifting what I get to gift. And so You get that 1-day workshop intensive. You get my working with you one-on-one to make sure you are really solidly ready, prepared for that 1 day, and you get as much done as possible. And then I added another day, a bonus day, another entire workshop intensive day, because everyone wants it. And I'm telling you, and ask people here who've gone through it, when you go through the branding you with impact, say, yeah, you know what, I'm doing this. And you go and you spend time with me and you're ready and you come into that 1 day and watch everything that happens on paper for you that 1 day. And then you get another day in a couple of weeks and it's, you just keep going and you're watching your brand totally authentic with you landing on the paper in front of you, clear, crystal clear, watching that clarity being baked into the brand, seeing that language that's unique come alive and transfer energy. Welcome to RichBrands. That is $5,000 worth of my time. $5,000 worth of 1-day workshops, a bonus day workshop, $1,500 worth of my time. I'm there for half a day, undercharging at $97. It should be $1,500, but just the prices alone, it's $5,000. Now, I wouldn't have a problem asking you for $5,000. Hey, $49.99. I'm going to put a link in the chat that reminds you what these pieces are and what you get. And it's going to say that the special price at this event for this brand quick start brand clarity package that you know you need, you know there's more, you know this is the path, and if I am as straight talk as I promise, this is the real deal. At $1,497, 1,497, not $5,000, not $49.99, but $1,497. In my mind's eye, that is a gift. It's a gift to you. If you feel the need to discuss you before you click that link, I want you to set up a call with me. Literally, set up a call with me. There's 2 ways to do that. I'm on Calendly at calendly.com/RichBrands, and it'll say, talk to Rich for 30 minutes. That's one way. You could text me. I'm going to put my cell phone number in the chat. You could text me, tell me who you are, and I will reach you right away, and we'll set up a time to talk. It'll be on my Zoom because I'll want to see you as we talk. But I mean, if you just know, put yourself in the front of the line. Because we have a relatively small attendance, even though we had several hundred who registered, and we will reach out offering the VIP upgrade at 97 instead of 47 to those people that couldn't make it. I think it's always best if you're first and you get first attention and early attention and first on my calendar. So if you know you're ready and you want to take advantage of this special brand clarity quick start package where you get all of those things for a phenomenally discounted price because I feel like giving it to you, do it. Okay. I don't know. Team, do you have that? Oh, no, you don't have it. Yep, book time with RichBrands here. Thank you. Do you have the link for the offer? Because if you don't, yeah, you do. Start here. So Steve put the link in the offer. Steve, can you put it in again, like right now, so it's right up front? And what this does, this link to the offer takes you to, I don't mind doing this. It's always better, I think. Whoops, no, that's RichBrands. Sorry, I clicked the wrong link. There we go. So I'm going to share my screen and show if you click the link, here's where you're going to go. All right. Click the link. It's going to look like this. It'll say, hey, quick start to brand clarity package, your fastest path to clarity, alignment, and authenticity. This prevents you from going here and reading it here, prevents you from taking copious notes and reminding yourself, well, what all did he say it includes? It's all right here. And I just put what I said right here on the landing page. Your fastest path to clarity, alignment, and authenticity. Special price at this summit. If you click the red button, it goes to the pay, and you pay. Otherwise, here's what's there. From your quick start to brand clarity package, you will feel your brand come alive and hear your brand speak in ways that are unique and powerful and attracting. Experience steps that bake in to your brand what a brand must have to come alive and accelerate your success. Most brands fall flat. Yours will too without these 4 things. These are the things that you get. Clarity, it's the missing piece. 2 kinds make your brand a magnet. We bake in both. Alignment. Everything your brand says and does aligns with the impacts you clearly see making and really want to make. Authenticity, congruence with your heart. That's one of the 4 as your brand's champion. Consistency across the board. That's another one of the 4. You must have this or you damage trust. Unique language that transfers energy. That means you stand apart with no competition. Like, because nobody says it like you say it. And people go, oh, you see, here's the difference. If you say it like everybody says it, like if you go to AI and you go, no, I'm just going to use AI. And AI gives you stuff. AI gives it to other people too. So now you just sound like everybody else. And they go, oh, another one. Oh, yeah, I just saw one of those. Yeah. You know, like how many people have you, I don't know if you've experienced this. I have because I'm in the branding area. But so one year, there's a woman who is writing, she says she's an expert at writing speaker one sheets. And she will do your speaker one sheet for $197. And she's been doing that for years. And the next year, she claims to be a branding consultant, a branding expert. And now she's a branding expert who will craft your speaker one sheet and some other stuff. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many people are like that? Where they use the word branding as an attractant and they really don't, they hardly know what they're talking about, but they know that's a power word. Ooh, yikes. Anyway, unique language that transfers energy to make sure there's no competition. You get speed. Look, the reason we call it a quick start brand clarity package is because the last 10 clients that have signed up and paid the full amount for Brand Accelerator Mastery have said, how quick can we get this done? So the point is, as quickly as you wish. It's at your speed, and that speed can include fast. If you have background in marketing language and you're really comfortable in the area, man, if you've done this 10 times before, but it just never was done right, and you watch it and you go, this is remarkable, you'll be faster. If you or a retired HR person like Marilyn Love was. I have 2 clients named Love and 1 client named Good and 1 client named Best. I don't know, there's something going on. But anyway, Marilyn Love ended up writing a book, a whole series of books. But her first book was published. She was an HR person at a public school. She didn't know anything about marketing or branding. Her friends told her, oh, you should write a book, and I know a guy. That was the referral. But it came from a person that really knows me well and really knows her well. And on faith alone, she came to the half day. On faith alone, she booked the one day at $11.97. I worked with her. We're ready. She goes, you know what? I think maybe we need to go a little slower. And I'm like, it's okay. We'll go at your pace. This is not a cookie cutter machine here. Marceline, I'm not making this up, right? Give me a thumbs up, Marceline, if you're, yep. Look, this is heart connection. You get speed. speed, and that can be fast. Guidance, saving you a lot of money and a lot of time that you might waste otherwise. You see, one of the 6 bad consequences of not defining and languaging your brand so clearly that everything aligns with your impacts is wasting money on marketing and thinking it's the marketing that doesn't work. Without brand definition and clarity and a strategy moving forward, like what is your podcast name? What's the first book's name? What paper are you going to write? How does that work on the brand's, timeline? It sounds complicated. It's not. It happens itself. It's like, whoa, first things first, like then this, oh yeah. And it's without a roadmap, without strategy, any marketing will take you where you're going because you don't know where you're going. So, let's just get some marketing guys in here and they'll use their magic words, and probably what you're going to create is confusion. Well, we tried that. It didn't work. I've been doing this 49 years. I've heard it all. I've had people come to me and say, I need my brand for a horse from Greek mythology. I'm not even going to comment on that one, but I've heard it all. And it's just a process. It's steps, and done well, done right, it always works. And I don't use the word always as a rule, and people will tell you that, wow, he just kind of broke his rule. I don't exaggerate this process because it is always impact driven. It always comes from the heart. It always represents the vision of impacts that someone clearly sees make. It always works because we're saying, what language do we need to get credit to make those impacts? What categories of expertise and how do we craft it to make the impact? What kind of titles and subtitles of content are going to get us credit for that so we can make those impacts? How do we do our message hierarchy to get credit for overcoming the number 1 barrier, for our numbers 1 and 2 categories of expertise, for our numbers 1, 2, and 3 characteristics on first impression? Just a process. And no one's ever talked to you like this before. So I'm telling you, that's why we call it a quick start brand clarity package. You get all these things. Okay. Let's keep going. Foundation for positive ongoing recognizability and what's included. These are the things that I mentioned. There are 7 things here. Sorry, there's no spaces. Sorry about that. Brand first, the 2 fundamental foundational 60-minute master classes, Brand First or Die and an hour of brand power. 3, a prepaid attendance to branding you with impact, a special half-day event. Learn what it means to define and language your brand with such clarity that everything your brand says, does is aligned with the impacts you clearly see making. This is my language that you've heard over and over. It's right here. It's in writing. Number 4, you get a paid one-on-one with Rich Kozak before, and that might be 2 sessions. Sometimes it takes 2, before the 1-day workshop intensive, to connect with your heart and the impacts you clearly see making, and language. It ensures you are perfectly prepared for your 1-day workshop intensive. It provides the foundation and process for evolving the brand. It guides you to complete the step you use throughout the 1-day. Number 5, paid attendance to the 1-day. The brand you will become, how to define it, and the steps to achieve it. That's the name of the 1-day. It's a 1-day workshop intensive, and it is all day. It's an 8 hours when we take a break, and we take breaks, but it's intensive. You step through the 7 steps and watch your brand come alive. And then the bonus day, a paid attendance to an additional 1,197 bonus day for the brand you will become, how to define its steps to achieve it. It's the 1-day workshop intensive bonus day and all-day intensive for continuing. Why? Because everyone wants to. So I am giving it to you. That's my choice. Take the gift. The steps begin in the 1-day begun in the 1-day workshop and watching your brand come alive. The 7th step is a prepaid one-on-one with Rich Kozak strategic follow-up conversation. That's where I deliver we have a checklist, and it says here's where you are on all the 7 steps. Everyone who's gone through it knows, but you always know where you are. You're never like, I don't know where I am. You know exactly where you are. Step one, you're about 20%. Step one, it's 100%. You're halfway through step two, but within 2 weeks, I think you'll be, like, where are you today and where are you by the next? It's a checklist and it's a tracker so that you know where you are and where you need to get to and what to do next. And I'll put priorities on it so that people, well, what do you want me to do? It's okay. I do this every day, all day long. And we'll meet after you've finished your session with me, the 1 day, the bonus day, and you're deeply into the 7 steps and you're watching it come alive. We'll go over your checklist and I'll say, here's where you are. Here's where I think you can get to. Here are the possibilities that have bubbled up. And you'll know whether you want to continue to brand accelerator mastery and get her done. You will definitely know. And my my hint for you is the reason I do it this way is so that you know with confidence. Not like, well, I don't know if this is going to work out. You are watching it work out. That's the point. So I share insight for your umbrella brand if we have insights at that moment. Literally with John Sparks, the releasing your creativity thing came during discussions of, language that came out of his heart when he's talking about the way it is. He knows people so well because he's written, put 992 musicals on stage. It's all about people and the changes they go through and emotions and all that stuff and turn it into song and moments that step into perfection. It's like amazing, this guy. And he mentioned something about, well, if we don't release our creativity, we won't live the most fulfilling life. And it was like, And that's starting to smell like that's the umbrella brand level for John. That's why he chose to speak on that topic here. And I'll suggest, what might be best, what you might be best served at doing, road mapping your desired brand with you. Praise God. So the link, this link, which I just used, I'm just going to grab it and stick it in the chat again. There's the link. And this event technically is over at 3 today. It hasn't been over at 3 other days, but it's over at 3 today. But I'm here. There are a few of us who are here. Some of us are have been deeply involved in this process as we've gone along. And so I'm going to just realize that if you click the link, you'll get this language. It's in print. My bio's there. So you won't forget what you get. It's all here listed. Well, I'm sorry, there should have been spaces, but I'll fix that next time. But yeah. And then if you click this red button, it just goes to the pay and it says the price is $4,997, but the event special price is $14.99. And you just put that on a credit card and I reach out to you or you reach out to me. Will you get on my calendar as soon as we can and get going? If you want the quick start, like, let's do it. I'm like, that's just the way it's just the way it is here. So very few people come to me and say, well, I'm going to pay for it today, but maybe we'll do it next year. Like that doesn't happen. People are like, oh my gosh, I have waited for this. I didn't even know this was out there. I know this is for me. Can we get started? Yes. There are a lot of people in the process of brand accelerator mastery. They will show up at your 1 day and bonus day, and you will learn from them and they will learn from you. It's like, get ready, because this is an eye opener. And you know what you become? Other than the brand you become the champion of your own brand. Who understands branding? Very few people. I do. It's steps, and you'll understand it and you'll have been through it. 10 years from now, you think, wow, I have a new target audience. You know how to add it. It's like, you know what to do because you did it. Remarkable. I want that for you. Look, did I mention I really don't enjoy this? Because if I didn't, I should tell you, like, this is no fun for me. No, I'm kidding. I love this. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I was as, said I have this insatiable curiosity. I was as curious as you all were what the heck Susan Schatzer was going to do. I was curious. I was right there with you. I was curious when Dr. Sally said, I have this idea. I want to talk to you about it, I was curious when Marceline says, I've helped several indigenous tribes in Canada, and I'm like, no kidding. Wow, that's fascinating. Everybody has a story. I love to listen to hearts and get excited about possibilities that I see. I'm opening. You take yourself off mute, raise your hand, ask a question. You don't have to type it in the chat. You can just raise your hand and ask a question if you have one. Anything. How does it work? Thing. Do you work on Saturdays? Do I work on Sundays? No. Sorry, I still sing in the choir and go to church on Sunday. So it's like, it's a family day. And occasionally, if I haven't been available because we've done some event or something and somebody has to have something done, maybe every once in a while I'll do a thing on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday night, but not my choice. My calendar is open. Anybody can hop on richbrands.org and get on my calendar. Anybody in the world. Now, that won't be forever, but I still have that open, but not Saturdays. I block Saturdays because some people say, look, I want to go so fast that is there a way I can speed it up? Yeah. Look, and I don't want to create confusion here, but I also sell a thing called a brand power discovery session. And that means you get a half day of my time, like right up front. And if you live in the Los Angeles area, you can come here to the Brand Ranch and I'll feed you. It's like, you really want that because I'm an organic chef. And by the way, you'll get invited to the Brand Ranch. And when you get your butt here, you'll be able to, you'll never leave hungry. Or we do a half day and we do a rapid start. We go through a whole bunch of stuff. And it's a listening mostly for me because I ask lots of questions. I write everything out you say, and I'm writing notes in the morning because it helps me start completing the steps for you, with you. The deliverable is I send you the steps back and say, well, here's all the things we went over. And you're like, wow. Because each step has a deliverable page, and you're like, wow. And all of a sudden you realize this is kind of organized.